So now we're going to write in a description. This is actually one of the most difficult parts, and you may want to wait until you've done the other parts of writing your kata before you do this, because the description may be clearer to you after you've done all the other things. In my case, I already have a plan of what I'm going to do, so I'm going to go ahead and enter the description now. And one cool thing about this description field is we can actually preview what it's going to look like in real time. We can expand the editor, and we have a lot more room to work, and we can see what it's going to look like over here. So here I've just given an overview of the problem. One cool feature is that we can actually embed code format in our solution, or sorry, in our description. And the way you do that is, I don't actually need this right here. If you were writing in multiple languages, you would want to add that so that Code Wars would be able to interpret it and show just the language-specific example that you want to give. In this case, since I'm just writing this for JavaScript, I don't need to specify what language it is. I can just have these three backticks at the beginning and end, and I can put this example in like this. The description is tricky because you don't want to be too long-winded, which maybe I was here, but you also don't want anybody to be confused. You want your kata to be challenging, but not because the description is bad. One of the things that I foresee being tricky about this kata is how the latitude and longitude is working, because the range is really just one integer, for latitude going from 40 to 41 and the longitude -91 to -90. I found it difficult to wrap my head around A, because longitude is a negative number, and B, because of the decimal system and going from, in programming, things being zero indexed versus in the real world how we count from 1 to 10. So I've tried to give be extra clear about that part of the problem because I foresee that being a stumbling block. And then it's also really important to specify what your inputs are and exactly the function that you want them to write and how you want the output to look. So in this case, we're getting the input is going to be an array of objects with sale data, and zone, which is going to be an integer. I've specified the data type. And then I've tried to be as concise here as possible by saying what the function should output. And then I have a little note at the bottom here, which I'm going to talk about more soon.